Hello and welcome back to the channel. DJ here again with some more startling news for you to listen to. I do appreciate your comments, so please comment at the end. Do like it if you do like these posts, and please subscribe. It helps me and it encourages me in my research for these stories, which you don't often get and very rarely get in the traditional media outlets. So let's go ahead. Did the Metropolitan Police deliberately mislead the Labour government policing minister, Dame Diana Johnson? Or was it an error, a mistake of observation and observational skills on behalf of the National Primary Police Service? The Metropolitan Police have been accused of misleading the policing minister over violent placards at last weekend's mass trans rights protest in London. Officers told Dame Diana Johnson that no threatening signs were displayed at Saturday's demonstration in Parliament Square, leading her to insist in interviews that there was no evidence the law had been broken. In fact, several threatening placards were visible at the protest. These included 2 placards with hangmen and slogans such as the only good turf is a one, and it had a hanging man or woman hanging from a noose and the gallows. One implying gender critical feminists should die. Now, isn't that threatening? Another urged opponents to perform do-it-yourself lobotomies on themselves, while one more appeared to show bullet holes alongside the message, "I will make you listen." But the police failed to spot them. They failed to notice them. So much for their observation skills. I thought they were trained in observation skills. Apparently not. On Wednesday morning, 2 days ago, Dame Johnson told the Times Radio that the Met had said the signs came from protests on Saturday, but from other protests. Dame Johnson said the police had told her that the signs came not from a protest on Saturday, but from other protests that had taken place in the past. When challenged that one sign shared by UCU General Secretary Joe Grady was demonstratively real, the policing minister said she would go back and raise that with the Metropolitan Police. Chris Phelps, the shadow policing minister for the Conservatives, has now described the Met's misleading briefing as deeply alarming. He warned that any suggestion of unequal treatment of protesters risks reigniting the row over two-tier policing. The police are quick to jump on certain protesters, he said. They should be just as vigilant about these ones. Two-tier policing. I've been on about it for ages, haven't I? The police threats of violence. Let me get this straight. Bear with me. Threats of violence towards women by pro-trans protesters are completely unacceptable, and perpetrators should be identified and prosecuted. Well, I agree there, don't you? The Metropolitan Police initially said it had reviewed images of threats against women posted on social media and found they were either old or from other parts of Britain, or not criminal. So threats against women is not criminal, and they don't matter if they're from other parts of Britain or whether they're old. Now, when they say, they're old, let's remember that the lady, Mrs. Pearson, had a knock on her door on Remembrance Sunday at early hours of the morning for a tweet she'd made 12 months earlier. So Old threats don't matter. Well, they thought it did when she did that tweet, didn't they? One law for one, different law for another. Two-tier policing. Two-tier policing. They can't get away from it, can they? Let's see what we've got here. But the force retracted this claim after the Telegraph showed its evidence that threatening placards were indeed from the London protest. Got caught out to Metropolitan Police, didn't you? The Met are now reviewing the images, speaking to witnesses and examining CCTV footage. Home Office sources suggested that the fault for any inaccuracy lay with the force, not the minister, not Dame Johnson, the policing minister, and indicated she should be able to trust senior police briefings. Well, definitely she should be able to trust them, but who can trust the police anymore? They don't seem to be acting on the public's interest. They've become so woke, so left-wing, so anti anything that doesn't fit in with the trans homosexual agenda. One said the Met, this is from the Home Office, one person said from the Home Office, the Metropolitan Police are prioritising correcting the Telegraph before briefing the policing minister. But a Metropolitan Police spokesman said it did not mislead the minister. Well, yes, you did. If you are saying that there was no crime, no posters which were criminal, and then the Telegraph produces them, then you misled the minister who said there is none. I've been told by the senior police that there were none, and then they're shown. That is misleading information, misleading the policing minister, and you can't get away from it. Metropolitan Police, you can't get away from it. The police spokesman, Metropolitan Police spokesman, went on, we reject these claims. We've said since Saturday's protest that we were revising images circulating on placards and will take action if the law has been breached, he said. Well, sorry, you briefed the minister, the policing minister, who went ahead and made political statements based on your briefings. And they were wrong. You misled the policing minister. And to say you've been reviewing the images circulating on the placards, why didn't you tell the minister that you weren't certain, you hadn't noticed, you hadn't looked, you hadn't observed? Instead, you said there were none. That is a definite statement. A wrongful statement. A statement made in error or deliberate. Who knows? Who knows? This review continues, he said, and we will be contacting witnesses and reviewing CCTV. It would be inappropriate for us to comment any further. Well, I'm commenting, Metropolitan Police spokesperson, I'm commenting. Do not brief ministers with inaccurate information that you have actually said here you are still reviewing. And it's now days later, and you're still reviewing? The Telegraph picked them up immediately. But you're the police force, you're the police service, you're the ones trained in observation. Perhaps you should be trained in truthfulness as well. I'd like to hear your comments on this post. I would love to hear your comments. Please do comment, and please press that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny, it doesn't cost you a cent, it doesn't even cost you a rupee. It's totally free. So why not press the subscribe button, press the like button, and make your comments known, because the two-tier policing is getting away with it because there's not enough of us. speaking out. Speak up. And your chance here is to speak up in the comments section. So until the next one, and there'll be another one today, and perhaps a third one as well, because there's so much happening that's interfering with our peaceful lives, interfering with our right to free speech, interfering with our right to go about our business without being harassed by inconsiderate idiots. So make your comments known, please, and subscribe to the channel, please. And until the next one, which will be quite soon, I'm going to say bye for now. Just not bye for the day, but bye for now. Bye.